guys. So I figured I would talk about the Maryjane by arm, I think that's her last name, situation. She is the African American woman who's trying to travel the entire world, and she's financially not doing well. And so she's now asking her followers for $25, and she'd send them a postcard and a box of chocolate. I think I got that right. I don't follow her, but my sister sent me a story about her from a YouTuber that was funny. And then, of course, it made me really curious about who this person was. So I went and looked up her Instagram, and her actual Instagram didn't exist. But I did watch some YouTube videos about her, and like people have been talking about her being a scammer for some years now. So I figured I would talk about it as I unbox these glasses from I Buy Direct Inc. This is my first time buying anything from them. I am a person who usually buys from Warby Parker, but I am no longer going to do that. So these are my new frames that I got from a regular store. They're Ralph Lauren. New frames. And these are new prescription sunglasses that are pink. I hope they are okay because I did not measure my face. I hope they're not the size of baby doll glasses. Who knows? So here we go. Anyway, I love prescription sunglasses. Something's telling me that these bad boys are too small. At least how they look. Bam. Aren't they cute? Anyway, so the Maryjane by arm situation. From what I understand is people... Oh, I love it. Okay, so this woman has more than 250,000 followers on YouTube, which a lot of people are able to live very nice lives off of 250,000 follower monetization on YouTube. From what I understand, she had sponsors and she had supporters who were supporting her traveling around the world. So I was really curious about where the scamming part came from. And as I did some digging, I came to find out, turned out or whatnot, that there was a tour that or a course type of situation that she was hosting in Dubai, where people would go to Dubai to take this class. And it was like $2,500, and it was advertised online. And from what I understand, she did it multiple times, and women did not get the tour or the money back. Last year, a company reached out to me to do a tour. I don't know if you guys remember it or not. It was going to be a tour of Italy, and it was going to be like Florence, I think like Rome, and like somewhere else. And it was going to be like a week or something of that sort, like maybe 10 days. I don't recall exactly, but I spoke to the company. I did my research. I saw that other influencers had done it. And I was like, you know what? This looks like a pretty decent deal. So I advertised it. I put out the poll to see exactly what everyone's price range was, the time of the year that was the best. Like, this company had provided everything that you all would need and that I would need to actually have a great tour. Now, I ended up canceling it well in advance to where people could get their money back if they wanted to, well in advance to where I was not obligated to the company. It was only after 2 months or so of actually posting it online. I knew that I was not going to be in the place that I needed to be in to host a tour. So when I'm looking at this woman, who majority of her followers are women of color, who she has lied to from what they've said. And I'm saying allegedly because I don't know her. I don't follow this person. Literally, my sister sent me something and it sent me into this rabbit hole. But I wanted to give some of you a little bit of advice if you are planning on doing tours with a influencer that you are a fan of. One, you need to make sure that they are doing it with a legitimate company and or they have a legitimate, they have an itinerary. This girl did not look like she had an itinerary available. It was like an Instagram post that people responded to. Second, there needs to be a cancellation policy. If you decide to change your mind, how much amount of time can you cancel ahead of time in order to get all your money back, to get 75% of your money back, to get 50%, to get no money back? There needs to be a cancellation policy in writing, especially if you intend to be sending money to someone wire transfer The only way that you're going to be able to fight with them via your bank is if you have it in writing that this is an agreement for something. The next thing is that you should not be sending money to a random person's Zelle account or something like that. She had people sending their money to her sister's Zelle account. This is the most random thing ever. And one girl was sending money and she was like, she couldn't afford her rent because of it, which y'all do not do that. But it was the most ridiculous thing ever. Not only that, I've said this before when it comes to influencers, and I watched this one video of this guy who was like talking about her experience in Egypt. And let me tell you, her Egypt experience, she talked bad about Egypt, but she had really pleasant things to say about the Taliban. And really quick, I just want to say that I've mentioned this before about people bragging about a city on one social media platform and then downing it on another. I see it all the time with Italy. People will dog the crap out of Italy on TikTok, call it racist, call it this, call it that. And then on Instagram, they're like, La Dolce Vita, da, 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 da. And it's just like, why are you not sharing your experience fully with your followers? I'm a Florida woman. I'm from Florida. And Florida woman feels uncomfortable, and it's hard to make us feel uncomfortable. I thought it was crazy because after she had been to Egypt on her 5th try, solo, she then gave a bad review. And it was very disturbing because she was giving the review, and I watched it on this guy's page, and this is where I get this from. Why are you telling your followers about this after you've been there 5 times? There could have been how many people who have visited there off of your suggestion. And then I had some other questions because right now she is in Switzerland. She made a video about her being in Switzerland. And as you all know, I live between Italy and New York, and I no longer have residency in Italy until I get married. That's a whole nother story. But so I count my days. You can only be in the Schengen area 90 out of 180 days. So if you spend 3 months in Italy, you have to spend 3 months out. 3 months in Italy, 3 months out. Now I mix my days up. So it's all different. Like if they look at I count my days because I don't want to go over. But like if the immigration officers actually stopped and like saw all the stamps, which is why I recently had to get a new passport 2 years before the expiration date. I had way too many stamps, and it was actually starting to give me problems because of the simple fact that they were looking at it and they automatically thought I had been in the country too much. And it wasn't that. I had just been in there more than the average person. And so she now is living in Switzerland. And my curiosity is, people are calling her a scammer for different things, whatever like that. My curiosity is like, how is she living in Switzerland? If you go to Switzerland and if you're overstaying your amount of time in Europe, because I still don't understand how she's doing. She could have a nomad like type of visa. What do you guys think of these glasses? My face is super oily. I just got off work and I went to the supermarket and I'm drinking some sake because it's 4th of July. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how is she doing that. She's advertising that she's living in Switzerland and that she's gonna stay in Switzerland. And then she also talked about her sending her followers who support her a postcard is fine, but her sending her followers chocolate puts her in a different category of now you're making money while you're abroad, which visa-wise, that can give her some issues. And not only that, I have friends who have businesses who they were not given the permission to sell food because they have enough local people selling food. And if we're giving you a visa, it has to be for something that we don't have locals doing. So I was just curious about this whole thing. What do you guys think? Have you guys heard of this person? I made a YouTube video about it. I'm going to post it online. I never heard of this person, and I figured I would share my experience with you all because now my timeline is full of Maryjane.